is NewsBreak26 in southwest New Brunswick. I'm Vicki Hogarth. Here's what's happening in our part of the world. New Brunswick has moved into a new phase of restrictions to help slow the spread of the Omicron variant. The province moved from the least restrictive Level 1 of New Brunswick's winter plan to Level 2 on Monday night.
At Level 2, New Brunswickers must limit their household contacts to a maximum of a steady 10 individuals. This will offer some flexibility and will align with what is happening in other jurisdictions while keeping contacts low. Also, at Level 2, patrons are still permitted to dine in at restaurants, but restaurants will operate at 50% capacity and either have barriers or 2 meters of distance between tables. Gyms and entertainment centers, as well as salons and spas, are open with proof of full vaccination at 50% capacity and 2 meters of physical distancing. Salons and spas can put in barriers between patrons, and they obviously do not require distancing between the patrons and the service provider. Businesses, organizations, and event spaces will operate at 50% capacity of the venue to a maximum of 150 people. Faith venues must operate at 50% capacity with no choirs. One soloist is permitted as long as they are a minimum of 4 meters from the congregation. The current measures for sports and recreation will continue. Professional leagues will be operating at Level 2, which means that practices can continue, but games are canceled.
Although Omicron is not yet the dominant variant in the province, it is significantly more transmissible and is projected to outpace the Delta variant in the early days of the new year. When the Omicron variant replaces Delta as the dominant strain, the province expects COVID-19 case numbers will double every 3 days.
The threat is real, and not just because of the potential for surging hospital admissions. Those who work in the healthcare system are particularly vulnerable to this virus, as are their families. I am deeply concerned about the impact of healthcare workers being off the job in the coming weeks, either because they have contracted the virus or are required to isolate because someone around them has become infected. We could see up to 30% of our healthcare workforce off the job in the coming weeks, which will make a bad situation in our hospitals that much worse.
Currently, hospitalization numbers in the province remain stable despite a surge in new case numbers over the holidays. Although breakthrough cases are still possible, especially with the Omicron variant, vaccines remain our best defense in keeping as many New Brunswickers as possible out of hospital and ensuring that the healthcare system isn't overwhelmed.
No one should expect that we will escape the aggressive spread of this virus that our neighbors are already experiencing. That is why we will have to do more in the days and weeks ahead to buy us the time we need to get even more New Brunswickers vaccinated and boosted.
That's all the news I have for you. For more stories and live-streamed COVID-19 updates for the province, follow us on Facebook at CHCO.TV.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO-TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.